Are you serious? It's another episode of Monday Movie Pickup. Well, it's the worst time of year when all the boutique labels out there start doing March sales, spring sales, because it's been too long since Christmas, which means there's a lot of deals out there, and that means I'm buying quite a bit. But it also means I don't have everything quite yet. It's still being shipped this way, but I do have some other stuff I can talk about in the meantime. Starting out with some of these Disney Movie Club exclusives. It's Herbie Rides Again, Herbie Goes Bananas, and Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo. And I don't have Herbie fully loaded yet. It does have a Disney movie exclusive release, but I just didn't feel compelled to get that one quite yet. The Herbie franchise, was a huge deal in the Disney Corporation back in the 70s, and I, of course, reviewed the first movie on my channel, The Love Bug, so if you want to go check that out, I do own the movie already, so I was just finishing up that collection, because for some reason they took the time to do all those sequels. This is the newest release from Paramount Presents. This is the 30th in the collection. I do have the rest of them sitting up there, as I worked all of last year to get them all. And this is the first time Ordinary People has been released on Blu-ray in the United States, and it's super cool. It's listed as a limited edition online. I don't know how much truth there is to it being a limited edition, but this is also a Best Picture winner, so I'm just adding even more to that collection of mine. I almost have every single Best Picture winner at this point, so I finished that one a lot quicker than I thought I would. But anyway, let's move on to some other Best Picture winners I got. No Country for Old Men. Why did I wait until now to finally get it? Because I've seen it before. I didn't feel the need to buy it too quickly because I probably won't be revisiting it anytime soon, but still, a movie worth having in the collection, a very worthy winner of Best Picture. I do feel like There Will Be Blood was a better movie that year, but hey, you know what? No Country for Old Men is still very good. We have Nomadland here, so this actually did get a Blu-ray release. It was available through Hulu, but I was happy to see that they actually gave it a Blu-ray release, like it should. If anything wins Best Picture, I do think it should get some kind of Blu-ray release. Even though this is pretty bare bones, there are some special features, but really hardly anything. With Coda winning Best Picture this year, it looks like that'll be the first movie ever to not get a Blu-ray release that's won Best Picture, or at least not even a DVD release. I also have here The Deer Hunter. This is actually a Shout Select edition, so I've been watching out for this one, and this was actually one of the first times they did a 4K release for the Shout Select line, so I don't know exactly why they decided to do that out of nowhere, but very few times Shout and Scream Factory has released a 4K edition of their films. And I guess because this was a Best Picture winner, a big deal release for them, it made sense to put it on 4K. And there is a different release out there that you can get for not as expensive as the Shout Select edition, which has just as many special features, pretty close, but it's not the 4K disc. Shout Select had a sale going on for all their Shout Select editions, because I also have here the Glen Miller story. I was mostly looking for whatever Shout Select editions were the cheapest. I would love to grow that collection as much as possible, but it can just get pricey. But some of these were, it's weird, they don't price everything the same way. Some of the movies can be cheaper than others, so Glen Miller story was a cheaper one. Jimmy Stewart, love Jimmy Stewart, so I wasn't going to pass up on that one. And then we have another one that I've been looking for quite a while. This is actually the Street Fighter Collection. This is the 3 films in the Street Fighter series, which, that existed before the video game did. This is the Sony Chiba films, and I've never checked them out, but I've heard a lot about them and how they've kind of had a huge influence on some later martial arts movies, even though these movies weren't considered, amazing things at the time. And then I have this random Kino edition. I did purchase some Kino films for the sale they were doing, but I got this actually as a pre-order. This is Touch of Evil. This is, I believe, one of the first times this film has ever been released on Blu-ray, and it includes 3 different discs, which includes the theatrical cut, the reconstructed cut, and the preview cut. From what I understand, the reconstructed cut is the version of the film that Orson Welles wanted to release but didn't initially get released. The theatrical version did, which was trimmed down even more. The reconstructed cut is the closest they can get to Orson Welles' vision, and then there's also the preview cut, which was initially released before they decided to make all the changes. So, really cool set. I haven't heard any complaints about this one either, so it looks like Kino did a terrific job with this release, and I'm definitely happy to start digging into all those different editions of that Orson Welles classic. But now we got some general releases. This is Braindead, but this is an Italian release of the film that I got off of eBay, and I don't know if this is a bootleg or not. The Blu-ray is very odd, where there is a menu, but you can pause the menu I've never seen that in my entire life. But we watched this movie actually last night, and terrific movie. This was Peter Jackson's third feature film. I've already seen Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, so Braindead definitely tops them all, and this is, as they say, one of the greatest movies of all time. I can see why. It certainly is. We have the film that's so wonderfully titled Dick here. Most of my memories of this movie come from the trailer, because I remember the trailer played before a lot of early Columbia DVDs. So, I'm excited to give it a watch on Blu-ray. I had the VHS for way too long. I think I actually took it from my sister, but don't tell her. We have the Brady Bunch movie and a very Brady sequel. Same thing, I had the Brady Bunch on VHS. Upgraded, and luckily they released both of these movies on Blu-ray very recently, and it actually comes with 2 discs. Crazy enough, they didn't squeeze them onto 1 disc, so very happy with that. Then I have here Dirty Work, which I have the VHS of. The thing I knew most about Dirty Work years before was that everyone said, like, anybody who saw Hot Rod and saw Dirty Work thought Hot Rod was kind of a rip-off of Dirty Work. Nowadays, people just talk about the film as being an underrated comedy classic because Norm Macdonald, one of the few films that he was the star of, and it was directed by Bob Saget. Both of them passed away last year, so this movie has been going up and down in price on Amazon, so I've just been watching for it to go low enough and then purchase it, because this is not out of print, but it's what happens when, you know, something like this, which wasn't a mass-produced Blu-ray, people start, you know, jacking up the prices for pretty much no reason, even though it's not out of print. Then I have here King Kung Fu, which I've had the VHS of for many years, but I really wanted to get it on DVD. I doubt this will ever get a Blu-ray release. The DVD version's not even that good of quality. There's another DVD out there as well, with like a green background that I believe is like a bootleg company. It's non-anamorphic, so it doesn't actually fit your widescreen TV correctly. It's like a 4:3 image, but it squeezes the widescreen image into a 4:3 image, as if it's meant for a 4:3 TV. So avoid that DVD release. This one is actually correct. And last but not least, we do have Apocalypse Now, this great 6-disc set that they released. Francis Ford Coppola's been going back and doing a lot of edits of his older movies. He did Dementia 13 of all things, and he also did the third Godfather film. So in the meantime, he did yet another cut of Apocalypse Now. We already had an Apocalypse Now edit from a couple years ago, but now this is the final cut. Is this actually going to be the final time he does it? But this is the most comprehensive way to get the film. Has every single cut, has the film on 4K, and it also comes with Heart of Darkness. So, also this set's not that expensive, surprisingly. Even when it debuted on Amazon, it wasn't for I don't think it was that pricey. So, if you want to get this film, go check it out. It's that's a lot of discs, a lot of special features, and a great documentary, all in one set for a very low price. Well, that's everything this week. I will be back next week as we look into some of those other March sales that I got as they get shipped here to the collection. See you next time. Thanks for watching the video, and special shout out to Lauren, Anthony, Anna, Kirsten, Spencer, Lucas, Ryan, and Robert for supporting me on Patreon. By joining my Patreon, you can get exclusive blogs and videos, and for just $7, you can get your own monthly movie review. I hope you stick around, Cinephile, and have a happy, productive day.